Thank you for coming out tonight and welcome to my living room. I know many of you probably wonder what the hell is Mike Tyson going to do here on stage tonight, right? And frankly, I wanted the same thing too. As you know, the name of my show is The Undisputed Truth. I personally wanted to name it Boxing, Bitches, and Losses, plus some babies. You know, my wife and maternity absolutely freak, and I couldn't go that way. But you know, life is great, you know, I really can't complain these days. I'm just really grateful that life has come full circle for me. Many of you may remember, I'm the guy that used to knock motherfuckers out in less than 30 seconds. Thank you. And I'm knock a motherfucker out tonight too and shit get out of pocket. You know, I'm domesticated now, kids. Lawsuits. But now I'm here in New York City, my hometown. I actually did my show here on Broadway last summer for the first time. Many people thought this was my first time on Broadway, but it wasn't. I actually got arrested on the same block right here. Many years ago, many years ago. You know, I like to say that arrest is one of those defining moments for me. If I hadn't got arrested on that particular night, I wouldn't have went to that Boston Juvenile Detention Center. If I never went to that detention center, I would never met my mentor. If I never met my mentor, of course, I would never been the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. I really have to think that, you know, really nice New York City police officer was kind enough to arrest that badass black kid from Brooklyn, of course. But New York has changed a lot, huh? Especially this whole Broadway, Times Square area, like Disney World up in this motherfucker. I'm not gonna look like a war zone for drug addicts, pimps, and prostitutes. You know, conscious were made then, of course, and I couldn't walk down the street without a pervert flashing his dick at me or somebody trying to sell me something. One I shouldn't even buy. And this neighborhood became a prime robbing location for me and my Brownsville crew. Brownsville's in this house, I know they have to be out there. No, that ain't fucking weird. I do this shit for you to better understand me, of course, in my own words. Yeah, you may have seen that documentary I did with my good friend Jim Toback, Tyson. We won a few awards and we keep the ass at the Cannes Film Festival. But to be honest, that was some real dark shit, right? I was filming it straight out of rehab, so what did you expect? I still had that stuff in my system, I'm coming at you full speed ahead. But tonight, I promise things will be a lot lighter, like my personality these days. And listen, and all jokes aside, really, I don't know what you're gonna take away from this experience tonight, but simply put it, listen to this. My mom said Curly's my dad, but Marcel fucking Tyson is on the birth certificate. How did this happen? No wonder why I'm so fucked up. Here's the early proof. I'm still not sure who the hell my father really is. Curly was the pimp, and you know, Purcell was the humble Jamaican cab driver. A sucker. And I so desperately wanted to be the son of the pimp, because in my neighborhood in Brownsville, that carries weight. So if Curly really wasn't my father, him and my mother must have made some deal that once a year you come around and show your manhood, show father. And this is what he'd do. He'd come around, he always had a nice Cadillac, of course. And he'd come around, beat the horn. Boo, boo. Oh, God, Daddy, downstairs, Dad, look at this car, Daddy. This Daddy, you little motherfuckers. Oh. And so, of course, we get in the car happy, excited, think we would go to some exotic place like Coney Island, Bear Mountain. But you know that was some good shit when he broke back in the day. That was some real good shit, right? Especially from Brownsville, don't be talking like y'all some fly niggas all your life. You know, it's like going to Paris. But anyway, right? So I say after Pride, 5 minutes later, they go around the block, he drops us back off. $5 richer, of course. I don't know why we thought each year would be different. Shit, a few weeks before our Broadway run, but now there's white people in the neighborhood, as you know, the Whole Foods. And you know, once those white people move in, there goes the neighborhood. They'll lock your ass up. And at that time, leaving Bed-Stuy, do or die, moving to Brownsville, never ran, never will. It was equivalent to being born in hell. And then the devil took you and moved you into his toilet where he could shit on you real good. And that's what he did to me and my family. I can still see myself and my friends roaming the streets at all hours of the day and night. And I hung out with a tough crew of kids. But my street friends were my family, of course. And we all knew no one was going to give us anything. We know if we want anything, we had to take it, and that's what we did a lot. I'm 10 years old right here. I remember I scored a couple of $100 on a Robin Street. I used to be a good pickpocket back then. I bought that new jacket, this bomber jacket, and I took this photo of Woolworth in the photo booth. You remember Woolworth? Picking Avenue, Woolworth. After taking this picture, I took the $14 off Picking Avenue. I went to Utica roller skating ring and meet up with some friends of mine. Since we didn't have nothing, we took pride in looking good. Our clothes played a great role in our identity and our self-esteem. We weren't shit unless you're from Shell-Toe Adidas, from Straight Leg Jeans, from Lee, the Kango hat, and this big stupid Star Wars ski goggles, even though we couldn't ski. There at Robin Street will also include keeping our eyes on the other little kids in the neighborhood that were robbing and stealing too. They were always easy scores, and they could never go back to the cops. The worst thing that could happen there is you have to fight the big brother on their friend, but it's still easier than getting locked up. Man, we were like a pack of wild wolves. God forbid if you came to our neighborhood and we didn't know you, we might have killed you. And we could always be found on the corner unless we was hiding from the cops. We'd be there talking shit, smoking weed, gambling, drinking, night train, brass monkey, old English 800, you name it, we drank it, cheaper the better. It's real talk. You know, we're sitting around laughing about our Robin Street splitting money and laughing about almost getting caught. And it was always funny until you were the one that got caught. Shit. By the time I was 12 years old, I was arrested over 38 times. You know how it is. The juvenile detention center was like, cheer. There, everybody knew my name. No, really. No, shit. The whole Brownsville was locked up with me. It was like one big family we didn't know. Like a summer camp. No, even better than that. Because we got 3 hots and a cotton. For most of us, that was the royal treatment. But you know, when I wasn't locked up, which wasn't too often, only thing I enjoyed more than stealing was my pigeons. My first fight started over one of my pigeons. You know, Gary the bully stole one of my pigeons that I stole, you know. And I'm like 10 at the time. Give my pigeon, please, Gary, give me the pigeon. And shut the fuck up, nigga, you dumb fat fuck. You want this motherfucking bird? Fuck you. And then snap my bird. They snap my bird's neck, they do the blood up and hit me with the bird, and my rage let loose, and I beat Gary the bully's motherfucking ass. It was love at first fight. It wouldn't be long before I got a reputation for being a good street fighter in the neighborhood. Older kids would bring other kids from other neighborhoods who were supposed to be good street fighters come to my block to fight me. Well, actually, they had to come to my block because I was only 10. My mother wouldn't let me leave the block. But anyway, we were going to alleyways or abandoned buildings, and the older guys would bet money on us, of course, and they couldn't believe I was a fat kid with glasses, and I was kicking these kids' ass, punching, slamming, biting them too back then. Oh yeah, you know you got a body motherfucker get him off your ass. You might have that headlock too tight, right? You got that leg. I was already a legend in the making, at least in my mind. I used my newfound talent as an athlete to my new crime enterprise, of course, right? But I guess it wasn't a good venture because I got caught and finally sent away. Although I had a reputation for being a good street fighter, I still never thought about being a boxer or a prize fighter. I just wanted to be remembered for being something great. I didn't know what, like a gangster or a stick-up man or something. I remember like it was yesterday when Muhammad Ali came to Spofford Juvenile Detention Center to visit the kids there. Man, he lit the place up. And I was saying to myself, wow. I didn't know how I was going to do, but I knew I wanted what Ali had. I wanted people to be around me and look up to me because I was special. And at the time, it was this trainer that worked at the Tryon School for Boys, a place that I would eventually get transferred to from Spofford. Because I stabbed the motherfucker, right? I was a beautiful child. I was a beautiful child. Okay? But listen, right? So this trainer, he taught boys how to box. And I remember seeing the guys when I was in the hole, they were coming back from the other side of the dome with cracked ribs, bloody noses, knocked out teeth. But they were happy, and I wanted to be happy too. So I said, yo, what's going on? That's how I talk back then. Yo, what's going on back there? No, what's that? I wanted to be in that program so bad, but he ignored me. The trainer, Bobby Stewart, who we're watching now, he ignored me because he thought I was a troublemaker, and I was, because I stabbed the guy that did it in the bathroom. So he comes to my room in the middle of the night because I told people I wanted to meet him, and he listened to the white ass. You can't see me, you're a dickhead. I ain't want to be in my program. You gotta show me you ready to work without being an asshole. And then he did that with me. Maybe I could work with your dumb ass. And this is how he told me, just met me that evening. It was hard, but I did it. I got on honor roll. You know the honor roll. The slow kids honor roll, especially in honor roll. I made this fucking especially in high school, like, what block was sitting in this whole type of shit. I did it. I was in boxing and then I got an honor roll. So he introduced me to this old Italian man that would change the path of my life. This guy would become my mentor, and his name was Custy Amato. The name Mike Tyson and Custy Amato will forever be synonymous with one another. You can't mention my name and not ever reference the legacy of Cuss. Nor can you mention Cuss without reference to my legacy. Cuss told me from the moment he met me what would happen after he watched me box and followed the map to success. He said, like this. He said, now, Mike, I'll tell you, Mike, if you listen to me, if you really want to do this, I'm going to put you in the locals, then the regionals, then the nationals. You're going to win that. And then after that, you're going to become the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. As of now, I hold the record with Floyd Patterson at 21. You can break that record at 20 and be the youngest and the greatest of all time. Only if you listen to me, of course. And so, of course, I'm a young black kid from the inner city. I said this to him, this white man said this to him, no hesitation. I thought he was a pervert at first. You know, because where I'm coming from, everyone's trying to fuck you. There's always somebody trying to fuck you, right? But believe it or not, his constant delivery made me believe this was going to be an easy task, right? At the time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I just knew it sounded good. When I got discouraged, as I often did, I would massage my mind with these great thoughts of exotic worlds and masterful treasures. Man, everything he said sounds so foreign to me, but I love the way it sounds. There we were, venturing off on this magnificent adventure like two pirates ready to claim our riches and to decimate anyone that stands in our way. This old man made me hungry for glory like a mad dog. So, one of the first things Cuss ever told me was this invention called the Willie, right? His name after light heavyweight champion, Willie Pastrana, right? Let me explain this. Cuss will call out a number. Cuss will call these numbers, right? Cuss will call these numbers out, and I'm gonna do it slow because I'm an old motherfucker now, right? Cuss will call the numbers in rapid succession, and we go something like this. 1 left hook to the jaw, boom. 2 right hook to the jaw, boom. 3 left uppercut. 4 right uppercut. 5 left hook to the liver. 6 right hand to the spleen. 7 jab to the head. 8 jab to the body. 5 I'm glad I'm not doing that for a living no more. God damn. So anyway, our early adventures started traveling all over the country, fighting these small clothes called smokers. And the reason why they were called smokers because the cigarette and cigar smoke was so thick you could hardly see the guy you're fighting, let alone the guy you're talking to. And Cuss is a big man in this world. And the fights were pretty much unsanctioned, which meant lawless. There's never no paramedics outside. If you caught a concussion, you die, it's on you. You know? And this is real talk. And plus, if the crowd didn't like your performance, they didn't boo. They fought each other to show you how it was really done. This is some serious Puerto Rican shit, man. I'm serious, right? I'm serious, you think I'm bullshit. No offense, Puerto Ricans. So listen, right? You know, I'm fighting motherfuckers, but you know, you're fighting fucking and cutting around and some shit. But anyway, so I'm like 14 years old, right? But Cuss had retriggered me in this great Michelangelo statue right here in the back. Not now, back then, right? I was cut up like a guy in the fight the Latin Kings of Lost. You know, listen, really, I won the national championship just like Cuss said I was at 14. I broke the record for the fastest knockout, never been broken, 8 seconds. Man, I was well on my way. So one day, Cuss looks me dead in my eye and he goes to say to me, hey, Mike, are you scared of white people? What? Are you scared of white people? Fuck. I'm scared of this white motherfucker right here. Shit, I'm not worried. He didn't get reelected. I'm cool. I'm elected. I got 4 words. Elected. Shit, I can't believe Spike Grayson didn't have George Zimmerman up here instead of him. Shit. Oh, shit. Fuck. That was a big one in family. Anyway, I'm talking shit. You know, but really, you know, as I'm saying this to you, really, and I'm speaking very eloquent at the moment, Spike isn't worth a damn because Spike knew me over 20 years, but he never told me that, Mike, you need a fucking interpreter. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is not even on the show. This is some real shit. So anyway, right? Cuz was born in like 1905, so you see big, what's the word, transition. You see the big transition in the black community, right? So he was like, yeah, hey, you ain't afraid of white men, or you're not afraid of mustache and beards, huh? I've been around a lot of black fighters afraid to hit white people. You better not be one of those kind. Wasting my goddamn time. I'm an old man. I don't got time to waste. I'm like, whoa, cuz, it's the 80s. Okay with hitting a white person. Just tell me, cuz, matter of fact, cuz, I'm cool. Just tell me, I hit anybody you tell me to, cuz. Because I love cuz. You know, even though he's an old man and small, he was very intimidating. Here I am, a boy of 14 years old. I have this old man in my face, intimidated. You know, just like this, Mike, you gotta punch with both hands and don't let him hold you. And he's a mean-ass old Italian man. He's just intimidated with his words, telling me not to be intimidated. But yeah, I'm intimidated with the way he's trying to tell me not to be. He's trying to get me. I was intimidated across the board. I was just fucked up, right? But Cuz is beautiful. I love Cuz because I'm a street kid. I never had a mother or father really that close. But he taught me how to read, write. He was very patient with me. He encouraged me to read anything I could get my hands on. So one day I'm in Cuz's living room and I'm reading the box of encyclopedia. Encyclopedia, that's the word I learned. I had to work on that with the speech coach. Encyclopedia. And I was working with great fighters like Sam Langford, Harry Greb, Jack Britton, T.K. Lewis, Willie Pepper, and the great legendary Sugar Ray Robinson, right? And these are just 600 looking guys, right? But when you add up all their fights, that's like 1,500 fights. I gave up right there. I said, cuz I can't do this shit. I didn't say shit. I said, cuz I could never be like them. I can't do this. They looked at me in the eye with his angry face. Mike, you gotta read the whole record, Mike. Look at it. What you do here trying to accomplish what these guys trying to accomplish, if you're not willing to endure the minimum pain these guys endure. We never hear anymore about the guys that knocked them out early in their career. No, why, Mike? No, why? Because at one point somebody knocked them out, Mike, but they quit. But these men you're reading about, these champions, they never quit. They never got discouraged, you know? And that's why the other guys, their demons will follow them forever, Mike. Because they have a chance to face their demons and they didn't. Like, no, they did. You have to face your demons. You hear me, Mike? Because if you don't, they'll follow you to eternity. And you remember, Mike, to be careful that you fight your fight. Because the way you fight your fight be the way you live your life. Then I'll never quit again. A little later in my amateur career when I had this big hit. What the fuck? This was like the 1910s. Don't I look no really? I was psyched. Don't I look like these guys? You know, look at this guy. It was all about the bulge back then. All about the bulge. In my amateur career, I had this big hit. I was national champ. And my talents were pretty awesome back then, right? I was a 14-year-old kid knocking out grown men. Cuz was so happy. Guys in the middle of the night, my sparring partners, in the middle of the night they would leave, pack their bags. In the middle of the night, where there's no lights, they just walk and leave without getting paid. Without, you know, after getting a bad beating by me, of course, right? But who doesn't want to get paid? It was a house joke. Cuz would say, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. So Cuz would be around me telling me, like, you listen to me, you'd be a god beyond me. That people would carry your mother's bag. Cuz thought I would be a god of war. This is what this old Italian man kept saying to me. He fucked me up. You know what I mean? That's why I got in all this trouble. I thought I'm a fucking god. Because I was kicking niggas' ass like I was a god, right? Cuz said I was the baddest man on the planet one day. I was just a kid. And I thought I was. I'm a local celebrity in Catskill stuff. I'm always in the papers. You know, especially the boxing world has their eye on me. And so, every now and then I go back to browse and hang out with my old friend I used to hustle with and talk about my crazy life with these white people, right? I go down there carrying a photo album. And then I blew my friend away with these pictures of me and my little happy white, no, not white friend, I got happy white friends. I got well-fed, learning, a happy white school, hugging, kissing. I'm holding white babies, getting I look like I was running for mayor up there. You know, I look like a flying buttermilk. Look at my black ass up there. I just don't belong in that. So I'm about to rob me after the last supper. I just don't sit there with these motherfuckers. They love me, right? You know, they love me. I was one of those guys that lived upstate. I came from upstate, lived with a good white family, liberal kind. Taking badass blacks and Puerto Ricans and shit. Like the fresh air fun. Like, come upstairs and get some fresh air. Yeah, okay, these need some fresh air. You know that some people live in a group home. You know about that, right? They get some fresh air. They're good kids. Then I go back to Brooklyn. I'm still robbing people. Give me the fuck. Give me the fucking chain. Stupid. And then I go back upstairs to my wife and, hi guys. I go, what's for dinner? Laptop? Oh God, oh shit. Oh God. You know, I love the laptop so much. And I think the meal, I'm talking about the meal evil because that's Custer's life partner. And she's a Ukrainian lady right here, not the first Mexican sister right here. And she was a beautiful woman because she had great food I never ate before. And I loved the food, and she loved me because I was eating all the food. And I'm sorry, back to Robert Street. Okay, so I just passing the joint around the corner, looking at the photo, Panamanian Ernie. Hey, Bobby, what the fuck, Bobby? You fucking with these crackers, bro. You don't, Bobby. You kissing these babies, bro. You fucking don't fall for the okie doke, bro. I'm telling you, bro, don't go for it, dog. So my man Black goes like this. Black said, let's get this money. Nigga, you up there with the motherfuckers, big ass white motherfuckers. Let's see what they brought today. And I was like, let's do this, right? But it's different this time. It's a lot different this time. My friend brought him. He's older. He's around 18 at the time. And he goes, he's a 5%. So I'm sure I see 5% of the people that was 5%ers here. It's supposed to be a real righteous brother, very righteous, supposedly. Supposedly. You never heard of a 5% in your life, have you? He's righteous, but he spoke with it. Yo, Mike, man, fuck you doing, nigga? These white people love you, man. They love you, man. You think, go back up there with those white people, man. Don't be fucking with us, man. Fuck that shit. I wish I had some white people to love me. And so Tim died shortly after somebody murdered him, you know, he was in the game. I always wondered if I didn't listen to him, I wonder would I be here telling the story. But not everybody was happy with my success. No. There was some haters. You know, you need haters to motivate you, though. You gotta have them. They resented my fast ride, close ties to Cuss. In particular, a trainer named Teddy Ellis. Yeah, he didn't like Cuss tell him to drop all the fighters and focus on me. He thought I was arrogant and spoiled, which I was. But what he said don't matter, because Cuss had my back and my talent was unfucking denied. Right. So Teddy had a sister-in-law who was 12 at the time, and I was 15. And I've known for a couple of years, we went to the same Cafe Upstate New York school, and we knew each other every day because Teddy was married to his sister. You know, everybody's close, like a little family, everyday stuff, right? And I was an awkward dude, never been with a girl, put that one in. Never kissed a girl. Well, I kissed her, but never tongue. So I kissed pigeons. I like pigeons. I kissed pigeons. We joked around a lot, and I felt really comfortable around there. Around the ladies, of course, talking to young girls. And so one day, in a moment of immaturity, with raising hormones, taking the lead, I grabbed the ass. I don't know what hand I did. I know I grabbed the ass, right? You're an older gentleman, so I'm sure you may know, son. You look like you made a lot of mistakes in your life. You ever do something on the fantasy in the head is going on in your head, and your head tells you if you make this move, the fantasy will become a reality. People are familiar with that. All right, so I made the move. I didn't get the response that I anticipated. And the response I got back was like, fuck. And it wasn't like she said, fuck you, Mike, why did you do that? It's like, fuck. And you just like, fuck, why did I do this? Fuck. And she didn't say anything, but you know it wasn't like when you touched it, when it looked at you, and you said, oh, shit. You know, we know that's some shit. The cops are coming, or somebody's gonna come with a gun. Bad idea, right? So now it's 6 p.m. I'm going to the gym as I always do, and she told Teddy, and I see Teddy, and he looks mad as a motherfucker. Teddy had a bad back from a car accident, so he's always cracking his fucking back, right? So, and it always reminds me of somebody suffering from Tourette's, you know, because he be talking in the trainer, and he's like, move your head, move your head, move your head, he's moving and shit. He's like, it's fucking out. And I'm looking at him over there, he's mad, and I see him, and he starts coming towards me. Mike, come in. And he grabbed me, and But he pulled this big motherfucking gun. Not that fucking funny now, Miss Red Dress. Right? So, this is my head right now. So he goes, motherfucker, you ever touch anybody my motherfucking, I'll blow your motherfucking head up, you motherfucker. My head is hit now, and he goes, he don't shoot me, but he shoots them close to my hip. You sir, you look like you've been shot up before, right? You know that proverbial bong that goes off when the gun goes, and boom. That happened to me. After Teddy shot the gun, he was the one that ran. And I'm not saying I was a bad motherfucker though, baby. I wasn't like, I was like, fuck you, nigga, shoot me, I'm ready to die. I was like, whoa, fuck, stop, what? Hey, motherfucker, why? Shit. You know? Cuz, and who's from Staten Island? Raise your hand. I see, all right, so, Taylor's from Staten Island, okay? So in Staten Island, you know, everybody in Staten Island think they're a motherfucking gangster out there. Two-to-heel, what's that here? Two-heel, toe-heel. So, well, we said my ring, but this is a proverbial, you know, Staten Island gangster. You're looking at me up there? Hey, Staten Island. So he went like this. This is Staten Island. Hey, my friend, if you knew who I knew, you want me popping at the fucking gums, you know? Oh, yeah? Yeah, but you want to, my fucking, my motherfucking, my mother's brother, he fucking cleans poorly Castellanos, and asked me, thank you fucking moody motherfucker. You fucking moody fuck. What the fuck's a moody? There was a lot of rumors that went on about this. Everybody thought I was a 20 years old pervert, now I was 12 years old, but I was only 15. And I never done a girl before. But Cuss was outraged, and he fired Teddy. Teddy went to New York, trained some fighters, and we never spoke again. You know, it was very easy for me to block out the fact that my mother was sick when I was being praised and worshipped upstate. Actually, I didn't know how sick she was until it was too late. She died of cancer, but I think she died of a broken heart. And she had a dream that she never accomplished. See, my mother was always talking about her death. And for some crazy reason, she had a fear of dying and her body going to this place called, Potter's Field. And years before her death, she started saving money, and she bought a few burial plots at Rose Hill Cemetery in Linden, New Jersey. And it was important that we made sure she was buried there. She had a small funeral, and only a handful of people attended. And it was a damn shame because she should have had a better send-off to heaven. But we were so poor when my mother died, we had to bury in this thin wooden cardboard-looking box without a headstone. So years later, when I started making money, I had a body exhumed and I had it buried in the most lavish coffin that money could buy. So I'm grateful to this day it's power of the whole cemetery. And it was important for me to do that for her because I wanted to give her a resting place that was respectful, so that in case her grandkids ever decided to come visit, they would believe in life she was a remarkable woman. Oh, son man, where you gonna run to? Son man, where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? All on them days, will I run the rock? Please hide me and run the rock. Please hide me and run the rock. Please hide me, Lord. All on them days, will the rock right out? All my tragic moments prepared me for my ride to the top. I had a focus and drive like no other. Never a moment went by that I didn't think about having a heavyweight championship belt wrapped around my waist. It was all I was ever permitted to think about. I was going to be a god of war, like Cuss said. It was never anyone was going to beat me. They would know my name from now to the eons of oblivion. Cuss always thought he was preparing me for his death by shoving all this information in my ear, even if I was in the mood to hear it or not. Countless nights he'd wake me up in the middle of the night, and I'm dead asleep. Ain't I? What? Don't you what me? Don't you? remember what I told you? Do you remember move your head to come back and punch you with bad intentions? Do you remember that, Mike? I'm not going to be here long. I'm an old man, Mike. But if you listen, you'll be ready. You'll be the best ever. And I knew Cus would eventually die. He was this old, stubborn man with a hacking cough who refused to see any doctors and believed he could heal himself. After Robin hear about this show on HBO. She's going to use that as a way to relaunch her career the same way she's been trying to do unsuccessfully the last 45 years. I know you guys didn't know anything about this, but during our separation, me and Robin were still fucking. No, any kids in here? My kids in this motherfucker? Okay. This one particular day, before I go to my lawyer's office and tell them that they're the gold diggers and they're horrible people, I decided to go by Robin's house and have sex. She's still my wife, I have sex with my wife. She's still my ex-wife, but I'm trying to get all I can before it's over, okay? So I go to my house. Well, it's actually my house. It's her house, but you know when you give the girl so many gifts and the gifts supersede the price of the house, you think the house is yours, but it's not. It's not. So I go to the house and I'm ringing the doorbell. Ding dong. And of course, no one answers, so I do it again. Ding dong. Since she don't answer the door, I head back to my Lamborghini Countach. Before I get there, I see a car coming up the winding road, Blair Summit in LA. I see her coming up the winding road, and the reason why I know it's her car is why. I bought it. So as I see the car coming, I'm saying, whoa, I can get this quick stroke session in before I go to my lawyers. As she comes closer, I see in the passenger seat, I see this grayish, whitish silhouette. And so I'm thinking it's one of her white girlfriends from that whack-ass show Head of the Class. But when the car comes and there's more in view, I know this is not one of her girlfriends from that show Head of the Class. It's a white dude that she's probably giving head to, all right? And you never believe who this motherfucker was. Right? Why you come here if you know motherfucker? Yeah. Grab the shit pit. This pretty motherfucker, all right? All right, so he was high. He was on something. He had to know some weed or something. You know I would know. The doobie-doo, smoking. So he didn't know it was me. But when he gets out the car and he sees my black ass, you should have saw his face. He went pre-Matrix on my ass. Because Matrix was an outlet, but he did that same shit. Fuck you, oh shit. Don't say, oh shit, Mike, take, fuck, Mike. Don't hit my face, please. Don't you do that. I got an audition. We were just going over some lines. We were talking about you the whole time. You were a good man, and I just put in my 2 cents. You guys would be like the Cosby's, man. Understand this pretty motherfucker, right? I don't know if I'm a fucking motherfucker, right? I don't know what. Nah, we're gonna do that. Oh, look at them. So cool. It's so cool. It's funny when you think about it, because really, Brad was the shit back then, and Robin kind of was. And now she's a cold fart, and he's hot as shit. You can tell Brad, right? Shit. Better adopt me. You know what I mean? Oh, she never paid that pussy bill, motherfucker. Shit. Oh, man. Look at me, I'm the dumbest nigga. Hey, I get a girl. And she's like, yeah, I got you. And she's, yeah, I got you. I got your wallet, Mike. You're a dumb nigga, Michael. I got your wallet. Look at that ridiculous weave here, believe that shit. That's some big stuff. And I was here shit, right? No, long time we got the big hair. So me and Robin was only married 8 months, but our Hollywood standards, that's like 20 years. So I was 20, she was 21. We were young, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no money, I had no pussy. So we didn't have a clue what we were getting ourselves into. But her mama Ruth sure did. Yeah, who I saw in there, they like to refer to as Rooster Ruthless. They tag team me worse than Hulk Hogan and Mr. T at WrestleMania, man. I mean, Rotten Robin and Rooster Ruthless, they jumped in my wall like a pack of wild dogs from Africa, man. You ever watch National Geographic and Animal Channel? Of course, it's this animal that everybody's trying to get in Africa. He's a very slick, slender, sophisticated, didactyl animal. He has a black last name, Thompson Gazelle. Thompson Gazelle. You know that animal, right? So he's the Thompson Gazelle. So the Thompson Gazelle, he's very didactyl, he's very sophisticated. When he moves, he's a pencil and he goes. And then we have the wild dogs of Africa. There's normally around 9 or 14 in a pack, and they're on your ass like this. And then, of course, that thing is wearing you down and doing. So eventually, the Thompson dudes drops from the grocery. And then they go to eating his ass. And they go right into his ass. They rip his stool out. Then they go rip his rectum. Then they eat his book. And that's what them ladies did to me. They eat my ass alive. Right? I know when I said I do, I didn't know that meant your mama too, right? Michael, we're a package deal. You know you like my mother, Michael. Michael. And this experience really taught me that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. It is what it is. How do I get there? I want me some money. Tyson. He's a homo. Something to assume this. Dog, he ugly. Tyson, ugly. They're a homo. We want them to say national. The Chef Kid Tyson is a homo. Unfortunately, this will be the last time I will run the bench. I will see him again. This time it will be at 4 a.m. in the morning at Harlem at the most famous and luxurious Dapper Dan in the Peak. We up there getting fitted for a beautiful Taylor, no, it wasn't really a Taylor suit, this bullshit ass, ridiculous white leather jacket with Don't Believe the Hype glued on the back. And I got these white, tight leather baby big shorts. Don't judge me, motherfucker. I get legs back then, motherfucker. I like to whip it. So this is New York, and most of you are black, so you know about Dapper Dan. And for those who don't, Dapper Dan was the man back then. Every hip-hop artist / drug dealer / killer / kidnapper / whatever you slash with, you're up there. So it's not really weird to see people up there at the wee hours of the night, of course, right? So I'm here feeling good. All of a sudden, my cool was interrupted when this uncouth motherfucker walks in. Looking just like this. He didn't have the shorts and the gloves, of course, but he had the sweatpants, and he had no shirt, and he had the hairdo. I go here, and I'm trying on clothes, and Mitch comes in, and then when Mitch comes in like this. What the fuck you doing in my neighborhood, you bitch ass nigga? You sister type of homo ass bitch nigga. Don't jump, nigga. Don't do this, nigga. And I'm trying to stay cool, right? Because I'm in this white world. I got endorsements. I got Pepsi Cola. Not now, back then. I got Kodak. Not now, back then. I got Bank of America before with Bank of America. Not now, back then. Because white people love me. Not now, back then. So I don't got time to fuck around with a $2 nigga, right? If you got any kind of success anywhere in the world, you got some fucking Jewish influence. I got these Jewish managers, lawyers, and accountants and shit. And they ain't no big motherfuckers, but every time I see them in verbal altercation and they say some slick shit from the side of their mouth, they never got the ass whooped or heard of anything, right? So I thought I'd try this shit on Mitch. Make some of my little Brooklyn shit, right? So I said, Mitch, what are you doing? Now, trust me, Mitch, by all means, I don't really believe this is advantageous to you. I already kicked your ass now. You need to proceed to the nearest exit immediately. And it didn't work for me. So I gotta say that since. I gotta say that. What? That's what you like. And I don't care, he ain't give me no per diem, man. I ain't had no food, man. I don't fight no food, you bitch ass, dick sucking food, you Tyson ass bitch ass little nigga. Huh? I have this speech coach, right? And this is one of the words that we're working on and stuff. So suddenly I had an epiphany. Right? I had an epiphany. Because I said, I am Mike Tyson, right? The baddest motherfucker on the planet, right? I do not have to take this shit. All that white world that I wanted to be a part of just without the way. Right? So I just get mad and Mitch said, fuck you, faggot! And it just slipped and I go, nah! Right? But it didn't turn out cool. I broke my hand in this gorilla's face, right? And listen, right? You know, after all that stuff, I really don't like to use the word gorilla concerning a black man. But come on, guys, just look at it. Now, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Gorilla, orangutans, baboon, spider monkeys, you pick, you know what I mean, right? So this is what you never knew about the fight. You all knew about the altercation, but this is what you didn't know. Mitch was hiding some powerful shit that gave him like alien-like strength, right? And angel dust, yeah, he was hiding kind of angel dust. Amazing, beautiful combination on this brother, right? Amazing, beautiful combination. He doesn't go down. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Remember that? That's Mitch. So I'm opening up on Mitch. It's like the karate movie. I'm opening up. And Mitch is not going, but he's not going down. And he's just going like this. He's not going down. And she's not looking good for me. So I have to resort to my Bruce Lee, Into the Dragon, Regent Theater, another finale, reflection from the bank. Get on this motherfucker, right? You know that? All right, but listen, right? I think the people are very excited. The expectation is all in the air. Keep in mind, though, the kick that you're about to witness now is not going to resemble the kick in 1988. The Mitch comes, right? The Mitch comes. Fuck you, nigga! Boom! It's down again. He's fucking down. And he's not moving. He's not getting up. I got this driver/bodyguard that's with me at the time, but never with me when the fight's going down. Yo, Mike, man, I think you killed this motherfucker, man. And then, of course, I have to go back to this Jewish etiquette shit. I go, fuck that shit, Tom. It was the inevitable this shit was going down, man. The problem with that shit, now, man, fuck that Ike, man. This nigga gonna hit you with that lawsuit, man. And then this is back to my Jewish etiquette shit. Fucking Tom, do you believe there's a court in the fucking land that will believe this fucking baboon, man? Are you fucking crazy? I'm really scared. I'm talking that tough shit, but I'm really scared. I'm really scared. And my wife said, please don't hope this nigga moves, right? And then this Night of the Living Dead, Jason, he pops up and he says, fuck you, faggot, and hits me in the ball. And then I said, fuck that Bruce Lee shit. It's time from WWE, Bruno Sammartino. I was gonna bite this motherfucker, right? But not this dirty motherfucker. I'll bite a motherfucker before you get the news, right? But he had that green shit, gray shit coming with his blood. I didn't want to catch the West Nine. I'm in West Nile, like, shit. I'm walking to my yellow canary convertible Rolls Royce. 350, 350,000. Puffy didn't have 350 back then. He does now. He didn't have it back then. I get in the car. I'm talking in the car and I say, I still got my Jewish etiquette with me though. I got Jewish shit, so I go, I'm Tom. Will you please pursue the road to the emergency room because I believe I got the hairline fracture. And Tom goes, fuck, man, you crazy motherfucker, Mitch's on back in the car, Mitch's on the wheel. And this is not right, he woke up again. I don't know how, he woke up, and he's on the back of my car, he's on the wheel, and he's, fuck you, faggot! You faggot, I'ma kill you, homo! So he's back there, he does the alien like leap, and he disappears, he goes up and disappears, and he goes, oh shit! Fuck! He's come down, he scares me out the car, and he comes down on my side view mirror. I ripped it off. I said, that's 30 G's. It has to be 30 G's. The car is $350. $350. It has to be 30 G's. And I'm saying to myself, fuck. But I'm still in Jewish etiquette mode, but I'm mad as a motherfucker. And I say, Tom, will you be kind enough to wait here patiently as I go outside and confront Mitch about this motherfucking side-view mirror? And I come out like this. And I just jump and I grab this one. And I just reel in that jerk. I'm reeling this jerk. Excuse me, I'm from Brownsville. You know who got the list? Jerry Curl. I'm reeling in the Jerry Curl. And then the proverbial Ralph Cram. Boom, zoom to the motherfucking moon. Wait. Boom! Mitch is down again, right? Sometimes you hit your head one. Boom! And the concrete on the floor, so you got to fight. Boom, sometimes boom, you're dead. You ain't breathing. But this is something that's really uncanny. Sometimes you hit it, boom, and then bounce up and hit again, boom, and then you wake up and he starts the own punch. I don't know why, but it always happens that way. You hit it twice, you get up. But when Mitch came down, he just did one. Boom! And the person was there came up, and he shit on himself a little, right? My mother always told me like that, that's your soul going to Jesus. I had to do my Jewish / Brooklyn. See, Mitch, I told you, this will be fucking detrimental to your health. Now you're supposed to put a sign in your eyes that close the fucking season. This again, this is gonna be the last time I see this motherfucker, right? I'm in Harlem now with this Afrocentric sister, Sister Egyptian names, the old with the turban in the head, the flowy dress, not to be very conservative, don't want to show the curves and stuff. But when she moves, her body would choose, she couldn't help it. Excuse me, thank you, Gwen. But when, remember, it was like in '88, the way Harlem is now, they got, linen cloths outside and tables. You eat outside now, but they tried to, this is like the prototype before, to see if the shit was gonna work. I'm sitting at the table, and from the side of my eye, I see this big guy with some big hair on a bike. Not a Harley Davidson or the Ducati, but a bike. And no shirt, this shit don't look right. So I turn, it's fucking Mitch Green. Mitch Green's around 6'5", 6'6", but with his hair, the hair's like 6'12", 7 foot. He's on a bike going 1, 2, 1. And I'm saying to myself, Mitch is here. And I'm saying, if you go here, it's like if the cops looking for you and you can't move right quick because there's spots you get up. And I said, Mitch, go here and go by that block. And I know he's gone. But he doesn't. He gets here and he looks. And his eye catches my eye. And he's not short as me, but he went like this. And it's like, I knew Mitch for years. The most rational thing I ever saw Mitch do, he stopped. He got off the bike and he put the kicks down real easy. That's the only transportation he had. Right? So he was very careful. He comes to the nature deal, Mitch go, and go, and see, Mitch is a Neanderthal. And I am half Neanderthal, so I knew what he said. The girl didn't understand it. What he said was that, is that Mike Tyson over there? The girl stopped back and she pointed to me and she said, hey, champ, Mr. Green wants to see you. And once she said that, he said, you motherfucking faggot, homo, bitch ass nigga, fuck you, faggot, why you snuck me around? Why you snuck me, nigga, you bitch ass nigga, you snuck me, motherfucking Tyson, homo, nigga. I tell you, you ain't fucking me, you want me beat me, I ain't have no fool fucking you and that bitch ass donkey. You're sucking his dick, nigga, huh? I'm fighting no food, I'm fighting no motherfucking food, nigga, I ain't got no damn, nigga, I fuck you, nigga. So I mean mistake, I'm not a vegan, I mean mistake. I'm saying to myself, I'm saying, I'm about to gut Mitch like a fish right now, but I had Sister Egypt. She said, no! Be cool, don't play yourself, brother. That's that white man's trap to get you in that white man's prison, brother. You work too much there, brother. I fight you. You work too much there, brother. That's that white man's plantation nigga right there. So my life is unraveled. That's the right word, right? Unraveled. Mitch Green in the street fight happens. The Robin files for divorce. later that year, yeah. And then I make a deal with the devil. I signed my life away with Don King. Yuck, 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 only in America. Yuck, yuck, fuck you, nigga, fuck you. All right? There's nothing American about you. You pull his pants down, you see a stamp on his ass that made in China. Divorce is...
Many times her eyes fall back to cheek. No, no. When her useful world was about to fall in, each time I shrugged the shoulders, the weight of all the fears, and the sound of one here, still raising in my silence in her ears. The crowd.
I should have known it was going to be trouble. One ball represented by 50 states of beautiful black women. And I was really bored. So when I was invited to guest Indiana Black Expo, I jumped at the opportunity. I had no idea this one decision once again changed the course of my life. Now, there was a lot of things I could have gone to prison for at this time, but this wasn't one of them. Although I understood the seriousness of the case, I really believed that justice would prevail and that the evidence would exonerate me. However, I was convicted before the trial even started. I really want to go back and read the transcripts about my case and find out what really happened. Because I don't understand how I was facing 63 years, check this out, and I only did 3 years of a 10-year sentence that Judge Patricia Gifford, known as the hanging judge who I had to judge, of course, dropped 4 years off my sentence. Now, what black man, got convicted of rape in the state of Indiana and only got 3 years, okay? It wasn't like I had a hell of a lawyer. I could have did better with Joe Pesci and my fucking cousin Vinny, okay? My brother, Don King, knock, on the American motherfucker. Fuck you. He hired Vincent Fuller, a tax attorney, for my defense. No, you're not listening to me. Balcony, a goddamn tax attorney. I didn't have tax problems back then. I need his ass now. And I was just saying, I'm tired of living as a sex offender, and I have to register wherever I go. My kids are at the age where they ask questions. And I want to have better answers for them. Well, really, I need better answers for myself. And I also want to make this point that wasn't argued in court that could have exonerated me. Now, I know rape's a serious thing, and I know things happen in life. But this wasn't the first time Desiree Washington claimed that somebody raped her. There was another incident right before my case. And I don't know the odds of this happening twice to the same person in a short period of time. I did not rape Desiree Washington. That's all I have to say about this. And me, I look like I could be Holyfield's fat grandmother, you think? Throw a wig or dress on me and I'm a deer, right? Look at that. That's that cocaine, man. When you think about Holyfield's just a beautiful guy, man, a beautiful man. And I just want the best for him. Guys, please go buy his barbecue sauce, okay? I really like to address everything I said and consider it about my life as PT, pre-tattoo. Everybody wants to know, what the fuck are you doing, man? Would you put that in your face and you crazy niggas be like a white boy? What the fuck are you doing? What does that mean? Like, you get the gay guys come up to me, man, you're very, very exotic looking man, Mr. Tyson. I just want everybody to know I put this tramp stamp on my face because I wanted to. Leave me alone. You don't like it, don't fucking look at it. Fuck you, okay? It's my face. God damn. Just don't worry about it. After the tattoo could be argued that went even crazier, I retired from boxing and I started using cocaine. I had nothing to hold me back. And for a dude like me, that's pretty dangerous. My low self-esteem takes over the wheel, fueled by my megalomania ego, and man, that's an explosion ready to happen. A lot of people ask me over the time, what was your rock bottom? When did you know you had a problem with cocaine, Mike? As Oprah Winfrey would say, when was your aha moment, Mike? When was your aha? I knew things were bad when I got arrested in 2006 when I almost hit a cop car. I mean, who does that? So the officer says to me, well, Mike, man, we knew you had a problem, but we was hoping if you made that left turn, you kept going, but you kept straight at us, man. You just kept coming. And I'm like, oh, God. He's like, we know you got a problem. So I'm in a holding cell right now in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm in a holding cell. And no offense, but there's always some small, creepy white guy, small guy that knows the system. Even though he's always in the system, he knows the system better than anybody in the system. So he asks me, he goes this way, he says, Mike, hey, champ, what are you in for? And I'm down. I'm really down. The cocaine's wearing off, and I'm just really getting down. And I say, it's blow, man, cocaine. And he said, have you ever been arrested for drugs before? I go, yeah, I got a couple of felons. Yeah, I already got stuff. He said, no, but have you ever been arrested for drugs? I said, no, never before, no. He said, well, they can't put you away. They can't lock you up, champ. Nah, they got to help you first. According to law 4902, take a puff or two. They got to help you before they throw you away. They lock you up, champ. So I went from being down to being very up. I'm talking shit, and so the intake guy comes in and he says, oh, champ, it's a really bad day in my life. You're a hero of mine, but it's bad, but all right, champ, let's go through it. Champ, how often do you use cocaine, champ? I said, every time I get a chance to. Anytime I get when I get a chance. Anytime I get a chance, I need cocaine now. What's happening now? Anytime I get a chance, I need a cocaine. I didn't want no help. I just didn't want to go to jail. They were facing 9 years. I can't. Oh, fuck. So following that 2006 arrest, I went to rehab. The best forced decision I ever made, right? I was so tired. I got tired of supporting my family. Oh, my family wouldn't even talk to me. You know, when you're on drugs, nobody talks to you no more. You can cheat on your family, cheat on your girlfriend, but once you do drugs, they don't talk to you no more. And so eventually, I married my girlfriend, Kiki Spicer, in 2009. And she was looking out for me, taking care of me, keeping on my relapses and stuff. It's my third marriage, and her first. Hopefully both our last, right? But anyway, we have 2 beautiful children, beautiful, Milan and Morocco. And when I first got married, when we first hooked up, I was morbidly obese. I was 380 pounds, right? And there's nothing worse than a fat cokehead, right? You ain't think about coke gonna be fat. You don't think nobody on coke's gonna be fat. But I became a vegan, I started exercising, and I lost over 160 pounds. Yeah. And listen, I suddenly went from wanting to die every day to all of a sudden wanting to live. Now I'm 4 years clean and sober. A better man strives to be a better father. As a parent, I have many regrets. I regret only caring about fame, money, women, sex, drugs. I thought the definition of a good parent was being a financial provider. I totally missed out on the emotional part. And for that, I will always regret. I'm just blessed that God has given me another opportunity to be a father for the children that I have and that respect me now. My older kids need more time to forgive my absence and my relapse. I just want them to know I love them and I will always be there for them whenever they need me. Nothing in life could ever prepare you for the loss of a child. It just seems to defy the laws of natural order. We as parents, we prepare to leave this earth before our children. Before we leave, we plan to guide them and make them stronger people in life. It was a long Labor Day weekend. I received a call from the paramedics at the house where Exodus lived with her mother and her older brother, my son Miguel. They lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and I lived in Las Vegas. I still don't understand what happened. I don't understand why it happened. I don't know how a cord from a treadmill can get wrapped around a four-year-old girl's neck. I jumped on the plane immediately, and I went straight to the hospital. Exodus was already brain dead when I arrived. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. When I first went to the hospital, I was really angry. I wanted somebody to pay and feel how I felt. When I saw other parents there that had children that were dying and just died right there at that moment, they came over to me and comforted me. We were all members of the club that we didn't want to be a part of, the Bereaved Parents Club. Before we let Exodus make a final ascent to heaven. You know, I can't bring back my baby Exodus, but the only thing I can do is honor her life by making a better example of myself for my children who are still with me now. There isn't a day to go by that I don't think about Exodus or TYSON. She will forever always be my eternal angel. These are my children right here. You know, I have like a 9th grade education from a really, really fucked up bad school, right? And all my kids go to like private school and Ivy League schools, right? And every now and then I text them and I see how they doing. And they call me back, they text me back and say, Daddy, this is not how you spell my name, Daddy. And you don't spell birthday like this, Daddy. I can't believe you can't spell birthday. But this is what my life is about now, being with my family and cherishing this. It took me a long time to get it, but by God, you know, I got this shit. And man. Thank you. I hope you leave here with a better understanding of me, Michael Gerard Tyson, and my undisputed truth. Thank you for allowing me to share this roller coaster ride of emotion with you. It's been a long one with many highs and many lows, guys, but it's molded me into the man to stand before you. Bearing his triumphs and his failures in front of you, mostly naked as I came into this world. God bless you all and thank you for coming out and supporting me.